Recording. All right, give me just a moment. Let me plug in the headphones. Sorry, not prepared. My fault completely. I blame the hot weather. Here we are. How you guys doing? All right, I already see Lindy and Jacobina checking in. You guys there? You guys there? Are you awake? Doing good, doing great. I love it. What city is so hot? It's called Southern California. I'm in Irvine. I'm doing fantastic, other than the heat, though. I got Mary up in Sacramento. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Florida, how you doing? Everyone's here. I love it. I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces, or familiar names, I should say. Try Arizona if I want heat. Oh, I know, Maria. I was just there last month. Although, granted, in Sedona, which is a lot nicer than Phoenix, but I've done Phoenix as well. West Covina is much hotter, I would imagine so. All right. Anyways, folks. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For those that care, I am drinking. For those, any of my beer people on tonight, my fellow beer snobs, just for the fun of it. I know I had a few Aussies and some other people. Dark beer only. Nice. How about IPAs? I'm actually drinking a Ballast Point Grapefruit Sculpin IPA. I'm a big fan of their Sculpin IPA, which I believe is a double, but the grapefruit's actually really freaking good. So, good stuff. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get started here. Actually, out of curiosity, are all of you guys in the Facebook group? If you can see through it, it's not beer. I want to show you guys this. In the Facebook group, someone posted this just today. Let's see, here we are. Jared posted this 3 hours ago. Jared, are you on tonight? He made his first affiliate sale. Jared, how you doing, man? Congrats on this, by the way, man. Jared made his first affiliate sale today with a launch jack currently going on. $33.50, which is phenomenal. And he was talking about this. I think he said he's already on page one 3 or 4 times with 3 or 4 different properties for the product name and everything. Let's take a look. So yeah, guys, I just want to show you, that people already are making money in this group. It's not some, pipe dream, this whole internet marketing, business, deal and everything. In fact, Lisa made a post earlier, and I don't think she's on here, but Lisa made a post that, and I agree with this. She said 2 posts today made me think the easiest part to achieving success is simply to take action. And that is so freaking spot on. Guys, why did Jared have that success? Did he watch my videos and think, oh my gosh, that's awesome, I wish I could do that, and do nothing? Or did he actually take a chance that he might fail, build out a website, build out some reviews, and get them ranked and make some money? So keep that in mind, guys. The people that have the most success have failed many, many more times than you would think or believe. So I want you guys to keep that in mind, be motivated. You know what? Yes, it's only $33. I guarantee you guys, Jared's going to remember that forever. Because once you kind of cross over that, I guess I'll say cross over that line, over that barrier, and you realize, holy crap, I can do this. It seriously gets so much easier. And as Jared just said, first $33, then the world. Nice. Hey, Jenny, how you doing? Good to see you as always. And yeah, Jenny, I know you're in the process of it. Absolutely. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to kind of motivate you with that stuff. This certainly is the real deal, and we've already got students making money. Quite a few even that are not on the forums that have been contacting us via support, via Facebook messages, etc. So that's awesome. So Jared, keep it up, man. All of you, I just wanted to motivate you and show this to you. This is the real deal, definitely. Here. And you guys saw my fancy watch, right? I bought my first expensive watch a week and a half ago. Used it from online earnings. It's kind of nice to be able to do that. And I figure my wife would probably spend, $5,000 on shoes if I would let her. So I figured I will get myself this watch and keep it for the next 20 or 30 years and give it to my son someday, who's due in 3 months, by the way, which is still scary but amazing. Anyways, folks, what we are going to do here Oh yeah, the Facebook group, the page. Somebody was asking about the Facebook page. Let me give this to all of you if you're not members yet. Excuse me, go ahead and click on that link and join. We will have to approve you manually, but we will do that. And, in fact, I got a few requests. Usually I check to see if they're spammers or not, or if they've got new profiles, for example. But I'll go through and do that later. Well, thank you, Paul. Thank you very much. So anyways, folks, let's get started. What I'm going to be doing tonight, and actually, before I get started, I'm sorry, does anyone else have anything they want to share? Any success, any wins, anything that kind of made you, go, wow, this is pretty cool? Just out of curiosity, I love hearing stories like Jared's of people having success. I mean, even if you ranked for something and didn't make money, and if you got 100 visitors this past week to your site, hey Joe, how you doing? Anybody? Nobody? Somebody? All right, you guys are being shy. That's okay. So, anyways, what I'm gonna do? Let me pull up my notes. I'm using Windows 10. You guys tried that yet, by the way? I actually like it for the most part. I love Windows 7 and I love Windows 8.1. But 10 is pretty cool. Kind of combines the two of them. I like having that start bar and everything. My only complaint is if you do a search for files in here, like calculator, for example, it doesn't give you the app. So I'm gonna have to see if I can find a way to do that. But I do like it for the most part so far. So anyways, what I'm going to be doing, guys, I'm going to be going over image optimization and the importance of images, where to find images, how to know if an image is mobile friendly or not, if it's going to be resized or not, and how to see if your website is going to be responsive, meaning if it's going to be viewable via a mobile website or not. I mean, and that's really, really, really important, guys. It's really important that your site is fully responsive. Now, I'll show you that in a minute, what it means, but the nice thing about WordPress is most themes that come out, the past couple years or so are responsive, meaning if you're using a different size browser window, oops, let me try this again, it's going to resize, and it's still going to look good. You can view this, see the text, the images all resized. And so if I'm on an iPhone or an iPad or a smaller screen, it's going to be resizable. So it's not going to look like crap if someone views it from an iPhone. It's not going to just look like a really tiny small text and hard to read. So that's what responsive simply means. So really, really important to do. And the quickest way to test it is simply either check on your phone or simply open up your page and do this. It's kind of fun too. It really is. I'm just going to do this for a few minutes, but okay, enough of that. But yeah, that's really important. It's simple. I also suggest, again, as I believe I mentioned a couple weeks ago, take the time to find a quality theme. The website, the first 2 seconds, I believe, is all it takes people to decide whether or not they want to do business with you or whether they want to stay on your site. And then Matthew Woodward made a comment on his email a few weeks ago, or a week ago, and he's another marketer, that how he added a logo to his website, which helped improve the time on site. And I've known this for a while, but I've been lazy about it. So I went to Fiverr, plopped down $5, had this made for me. It probably took her 30 seconds, but that's more than I can do in less time than I can do. I don't want to get carpal tunnel doing that. You're right. I can just hold the mouse button down, fortunately. But yeah, it's simple, guys, right? It's simple, but it gives it a much more professional look. It makes it look a lot better. And by the way, for those asking about sliders, the reason I've got this slider here because it's small, it doesn't take up space. Usually the sliders we are against take up the whole, let me show you guys. They take up most of the site right here. And while they look cool, they take up too much space, and it's really bad overall. So I've got a small, tiny slider that's built into the theme that is okay to use, just to be clear on that. Let's see here. So anyways, let me take a look at a few of the questions. Hey, Matt, do me a favor. That's kind of out of the realm of this particular training, but if you want to make a post on Facebook about that or the forum, I'll be happy to respond tonight. And remember, guys, as much as I love helping you guys, this is not really a Q&A type of session. I've got a kind of a lesson plan in mind, so please keep that in mind. And so, Matt, if you don't mind posting on Facebook or the group tonight, feel free to tag me on there, and I'll respond myself after I pick up my dog from doggy daycare. My pleasure. and my wife's in Vegas with her sister and her sister's boyfriend, and I'm home alone. And by the way, if you guys don't know, I still work a day job. I do all this with a day job still. Needless to say, I make every month what I make in a year there, but I enjoy working still. I work for a marketing agency in Orange County doing SEO, believe it or not. So I do work full time, 8 to 5, for an SEO for an agency doing online marketing and search engine optimization for them. Maybe I'll quit someday, but I enjoy, getting out of my house, going to the office, etc. Dory still teases me for not quitting yet, but I enjoy it too much. So, anyways, I do this internet marketing thing part-time. I work a full-time job, and I'm still able to make it happen. So you guys can too. I've got no doubt about that whatsoever. So anyways, images. How many of you guys are completely lost and confused when it comes to finding images you can use, optimizing them, etc., etc.? Be honest. Do not be shy. Otherwise, I can skip it and do something else. I can just grab another beer and double fist it. I don't know why I would, but it sounds fun. It's hot right now. Yeah, Jenny, I am sharing my screen. Can you guys see my screen okay? Okay, Jenny, if you cannot see my screen, log out and log back in. We're not full, so you'll be able to hop back on, no problem. Okay, beautiful. So images, I'm going to cover that for you guys. Be happy to. If I can spell my name correctly. I had a lot of people ask me about this. Is that Google? Yes, it is. I had a lot of people ask me about images and where to find free ones when I was doing Profit Academy before. So I put together a blog post on my site. Now, you guys see what I did there? I found that people were asking, there was a common theme, people were searching something. So I made a blog post on my own personal website that I can send people to. And the people find naturally from my site. So I put together this blog post back in March of 15 free stock photo websites. Now, there are plenty more. So please, feel free to, do a Google search for free stock images. These are 15 of my personal favorites. Let me go ahead and drop this in the chat box. If I can find it. Hold on a second, please. Webcam, dashboard, attendees. There we are, chat. You'll notice you cannot right-click on my images, or you can't copy and paste. I put a plug-in to prevent that. So sorry, guys. Unfortunately, you can't just copy and paste the list, but you can open these all up and save them if you like. But these are pretty cool sites. So anyways, images. Images are important for SEO. Why? Because number one, they kind of add more. The images basically give you a much better user experience. For an example here, let me give you a post I did a few days ago on July 29th. I actually had my outsourcer, my content writer, create this for me. And I was able to add relevant images pretty easily. And I'll give you guys a kind of a trick. Usually, from what I've found, I don't recommend simply going to Google and taking an image you like, because that's going to be stealing. But I found usually memes like this are so far edited, they're probably okay to take. So, yeah. I do use a lot of memes because they're funny and everything as well. But generally speaking, though, you can't just go to Google. Search for weight loss. Go to images, steal this image. I mean, if that's owned by Getty Images or royalty-free images, they're going to find it. They're going to sue your ass. They're going to ask for $2,000. I mean, I've seen it happen before. It's not fun. So please do not simply steal any image. I'm not trying to scare you. It's true. It happens all the time. They've got bots that look for images that people have borrowed from their sites without permission. So if you're going to use images, either pay for them or legally find them for free. And what a meme is, Kathy, is simply a funny image. It's a funny, usually it's funny text related to something cultural. For example, let's look at this. For example, are you familiar with Grumpy Cat, Kathy? Basically, Grumpy Cat became an internet sensation, kind of a pop culture thing. So these images are what you would call a meme. It's spelled M-E-M-E. Exactly. So you already know this. Beautiful. So yeah, Grumpy Cat became a meme. It's basically a popular kind of a internet culture type of thing. Isn't that weird, guys? Would you imagine 20 years ago, internet culture? Crazy, right? So these are memes. It's simply a funny image. So what I might do sometimes is I actually did a search for, marketing meme, for example, and I find a bunch of images on here. Then these are mostly going to be safe to use, I think. And so that's one thing I do. Yeah, you can't just really take a picture and add text, Kathy. It's not quite that easy to make a meme. Usually it's something pretty specific. So I don't simply try to create your own. Don't simply try to add text to an image so you can use it. In fact, I'm not even saying all memes can be used. I just say generally speaking, I find using memes is okay. And I also like to add, do not take advice legally from me. I'm not a lawyer nor an attorney, nor do I play one on TV. So, yeah, so that's something I find is usually okay. But generally speaking, the best thing to do, though, is simply go to a free stock image website. You can find tons of things on there. Unsplash.com, I believe, has one free image per day. Now, some of these are very, very non-specific. Some of these are really specific. You have to sign up. I mean, for example, death to the stock photo is free to get into. Pickjumbo.com, you can search for related phrases or keywords, for example. So, weight loss as an example. With some of these, by the way, you want to keep in mind, with some of these, the top row is going to be a sponsored or a paid type of site. But let's see here. It's deposit photos. And some of these do have both paid and free options. So what I will say is please do your due diligence. Make sure you review the site, review their terms and conditions, etc. Because some of them do have paid images as well. So simply do not go to those and start going image crazy. But keep in mind, some of them are free. Many of them are free. So just make sure you register and make sure you read their rules. It's going to be a lot safer to do that. Now, I don't know if this is true, but I don't know the exact rules behind this, but for some reason, celebrity photos tend to be okay because they're all over the place. TMZ takes photos of people, etc. And so people will often take a random celebrity photo or a random, cat photo or something and simply add text to it. It's funny. So, and again, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't really quote that, but someone mentioned to me that celebrity images are pretty safe to go with. So while I would not, simply grab a picture of, Akon or something, but yeah, it's fine. I like memes. They tend to work out pretty well. But again, if you guys want to find some stock photo images, though, there's a bunch of ones on my site, like I found right here. You got food ones. You got different related ones. Let's see, freerangestock.com. So let's find one here. Newest photos. They add quality images every single day. They're going to be free to use. Now, sometimes these are only okay. They're not always amazing, but usually they're okay to use. I mean, they look okay. They look halfway decent, is what I mean. So here's an example, guys, on freerangestock.com. These top results are low-cost photos. These are not free. But below those, these are completely free right here. So let's go ahead and view this bathroom scale one. I want to show you guys something, okay? Let's say here I want to add a post on my website relating or related to weight loss or about weight loss, for example, and I want to find a scale image. This is amazing. I love this picture here. So let's say that on my site, let me go to my site real quick here. I'm going to do a new fake post. I guess. Oh, my logo is there. That's pretty cool. Give me just a moment here. And yeah, simply do not just grab images that were shared on Facebook. Anything can be shared on Facebook, whether it's a free image or not. So I would try to be a bit more specific and go to free stock photo websites. In fact, there's even more of those out there. Let's see, top free stock photo websites. There's another good resource here. Bootstrapbay.com is another one. He lists 15 on here, and he actually goes into more detail than myself about this. So if you guys want to check the chat box, Now, guys, I'm going to have to call you guys out. The nice thing about GoToMeetings, it shows me how many people are paying attention. And it's funny, right when I said that, I went from 90 to about 98% paying attention. So there's still a couple people that are maybe looking at image websites or they don't have to go to 100%. I love it. It really does. I'm not kidding. I don't think you guys can see this, but it shows me the audience participation, audience view, basically how many people have GoToMeeting pulled up on their screen or not. So I want to make sure you guys pay attention. That was actually pretty cool. I called you guys out. I went from 90% to now it's 98%, but that's still pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, so back to images. There's a ton of free sites out there. You just have to search for them. I mean, do a search for best free stock images, etc. I just gave you guys another option via the chat box you can check out as well. What's that one photo sharing website? There's not Instagram. People upload to it. Hold on a second. Flickr. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you. Flickr, guys. If you don't know Flickr, Flickr does give you an option to search for images that are royalty free as well. It's usually kind of a hipster type or a photography type website. So it's Flickr. It's Flickr. Now, just to be clear, guys, this is not a site of free images, okay? These are user-submitted images. But pay attention, please, right now. 100% of you. I see 4% not paying attention. All right, there we are. If you look in the top where it says advanced. Actually, hold on a second. They changed it. Here we are. They changed it. How dare them? Hold on. Oh, there we are. My bad. Not advanced. I lied. You guys see where it says any license right here? At the drop down here? Go ahead and choose all creative. Actually, I'm sorry. Choose commercial use and mods allowed to be saved. That's probably going to be your least restrictive. And usually the images might give you some data as if you can use them or not. And this is basically user-uploaded photos, for example. Usually they will want you to link back to their particular page on Flickr, so I do that when I do borrow those. So I'm trying to find some good images here. Skinny wine, that's no fun. Let's try to find weight loss before and after. Okay, here's one example. Let's click on this image here. It gives information about it as to who this person is. It says some rights reserved. So if you click on this right here, guys, I clicked on some rights reserved right there. Do you guys see that? Let me get the mouse and the highlighter here. If you're on Flickr, you want to pay attention and look for this information right here. Very, very, very important. Remove my drawings here. So I clicked on some rights reserved right there. And this tells me that I can share it, I can use it, but I must give appropriate credit, and I must provide a link and indicate if changes were made. Or must provide a link to the license, I'm sorry. So usually what I will do, if I was going to use this image, for example, let's say my particular keyword, you know, Lynn, I do not use the information down here. I might reference it, but I write it myself. So let's say, for example, folks, that my keyword was going to be weight loss before and after. So I need to download the image. So I'm going to, with Flickr, they make it say you, let's see here. So there we are. If you right click, you're going to download the whole web page. So I'm going to click on the download icon right here. Hold on. You guys see the red dot there? There's a little download icon right there. We're going to click on that download icon, and we can choose the file size to download. So I'm going to download a medium file size. Now here's something that's important. I'm going to right click. I'm going to show this in the folder. This is my image here. Guys, that is not really optimized for SEO. In fact, that's not at all. Google cannot see this image. Google has no idea what this image is about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, And this works, I believe, on this works on PC and Mac, I believe, or whatever the Mac's version of right-click is. But I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to click on rename. And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to rename my file to match my keyword, and I'm going to add dashes between it. Fun fact, Google sees these dashes as spaces. If I was doing underscores like that, they do not recognize those as spaces. So with images, with your URLs, make sure if you're going to be doing spaces, add the dash between those. So now I've got my photo here, which is weight loss before and after. Now, if you look at the file size, that's a bit big. It's 181 kilobytes, which is a pretty big size. It's bright and it's crystal clear, which I like, but it's a bit too big for my taste. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and resize that. So I'm going to go compressnow.com. And basically, guys, Google, when you have a larger image size, basically, it takes longer for Google to load your website. Initially, when you have only a few pages, no problem at all. It's not going to be an issue. But when you start building up a real large website with a lot of images, the bigger file sizes are going to slow you down significantly. So what I do here is you can simply drag and drop the file right there. I'm going to drag this bar over here. I want to keep it fairly high quality still, but I try to cut it down at least by half, if not a bit more. I want it to look nice still. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to resave the image as my original file name, weight loss before and after. So let's take a look at that. That still works. So I just cut my image down significantly. So it's going to load a lot quicker. Now, Kathy, for Facebook ads actually have a built-in feature that allow you to do a search for stock images on their own site. But if you do want to upload a photo to Facebook ads, it does resize those automatically for you. You know, Maria, there's really no good size to reach. I mean, if a photo by default is already 40 kilobytes, that's not too bad. I'll try to cut it in half. I would try to reduce it as much as you can, where it still looks nice. I mean, I would try not to, I mean, honestly, at 5 or 10 is great, but it's probably not going to happen, though. So my rule of thumb, and I know I could do better, but I'm lazy, is I try to keep them below 50. Now, again, if you have one that's 50 and you can cut it down more, by all means do that. I promise it's gonna come in handy. By all means do that whenever you can. But so this image, I got it from there. So let's see here. My title name is weight loss before and after. That's my post name. Now you'll watch by default, WordPress is going to name my blog post according to my keyword there, which is perfect. Let's see here. So of course, if you guys know how I do SEO, I'm going to try to add my text within the first sentence and the first paragraph. You know, say, hey, folks, thanks for stopping by to check out my amazing weight loss before and after photos. Blah, blah, blah. More text goes here. And then I'll try to add my image right in here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Add Media. And the nice thing about WordPress, I'm using Chrome, so I can simply drag this up here, but you can simply go to your download page and drag that photo in there. I want you guys to pay attention again here. On the right side, there's a few things you want to play with here. Kathy, if it's in megabytes or megabits, it's too large already. It's way too large. Usually you want to keep it maybe under 50 kilobytes or less. That's kind of my go-to rule of thumb. That works for me. Kathy, to add the image to WordPress, let me show you that again. Right here, and this is covered, by the way, Kathy, in the basic training we have, so make sure you re-watch that. But if you look, you see the spotlight right there where it says Add Image? I simply click on that. So all you do is click on that image, or click on that box right there. So you can do a few things. You can click on Add Image. You can drag the image in here. But yeah, that's all I did. I clicked on Add Image. And I simply dragged the image up onto the top of the box right here. That's it. You can drop it right on top of the other images and it's fine. Pretty cool, right? I thought so. So anyways, on the right side now, there's a few things, as I said, you want to pay attention to. Your title. Let me close that. There we are. You want to add your keyword to your title and to your description. And you can even be more descriptive if you like in the description. Something like, check out these amazing weight loss before and after photos. And then one thing I will do is, if I don't want to link the image anywhere, right here where it says link to, I'll change that to none, because I don't want people to be able to click on it and load up the image itself. You can change the size if you want to make it bigger or smaller. Actually, Gary, you're right. Changing the image to a PNG file will make it smaller. I'm just trying to keep things simpler for now. Now, there is also a plugin called WP Smush It, which will do the same thing for you. But I actually used it once a couple years ago, and I had an issue with my thumbnails on my homepage not loading properly. So I haven't used it since then. So I'm a bit more particular, and I don't use WP Smush It anymore. Now, alt text, guys, people are asking about that. I'll get to that next. If you click on that, I add the image here. If you hover the mouse over it, you see it says nothing. Alt text is not required. All alt text does, let's see. All alt text does is it simply adds text over the image itself. So the caption, what the caption does is the caption adds that text down below right there. Display settings, full size, link to none, title attribute. Now you'll see if I hover the mouse over this now, and it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny when you first set things up. And never mind, I confused. I'm sorry. The title is what comes up. My bad. Disregard. The title is what is going to add this text to pop up over here. The alt text is what Google's going to see. So if you want to show people what something is if they're not sure, then you can go ahead and add your image title attribute. I usually don't, though, unless it's something they might be confused with. So the title is not necessary. I would add the alt text at the minimum. Now, one thing you have to do, though, again, with Flickr, is they do want you to link to the Creative Commons site. So I try to go a bit beyond careful, and I will try to link to the actual image itself. Do I have it pulled up still? Here we are. So I will actually link to the actual image itself on Flickr. And yeah, correct. Actually, Kathy's got a great question for the alt text itself, guys. Basically, Google cannot read this text. Google cannot read an image. It has no idea what it's about. So number one, we want to name the image according to our keyword. And then number two, your alt text right there. You don't have to add caps. You don't have to add dashes between that. Just write regular content for that. Google can read that content. That's going to be from Google only, but you want to be descriptive with that. So great question indeed. So what I will do is I will link to the actual image on Flickr. I guess you can just put photo credit, link to Flickr that way. And then to add a link right there, you just click on the link text right here. And I'm going to add a link to that Flickr URL. Now again, this is important, guys. Make sure you check this box right here that says open link in a new window or tab. Because if you don't, if people click on that link, suddenly they're going to Flickr. And they're no longer on your site, which you don't want. And so let's see, Creative Commons. Provide a link to the license, appropriate credits. So again, I'm not a lawyer, but I think by simply linking to the actual Flickr page, that's going to be okay. If anyone knows otherwise, please let me know. But that's usually what I do with Flickr. if I take a photo from there is I will add a link down below in the caption right here to give them credit for that photo. Make sense? If you do want to resize the photo here, by the way, you can also click on the image. You can click on the arrows, and you can drag and drop and make it look different. If you want to align the image to the center or to the right or to the left, you can do that as well. Generally, I will use no alignment. I find if you have a big image like this, for example, if you align it with the text, it's going to have the text jumbled up too closely next to it. Oops, let me close that. So what do you guys think? Am I making sense so far? You can be honest. I want to make sure you guys all get this. Okay, beautiful. Rocking. I love it. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Gary, Jill, Paul, everybody. I love it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So generally speaking, oh yeah, Andrew, WordPress is amazing. Generally speaking, images are going to be mobile friendly by default. You don't have to worry about optimizing those to be responsive or not. If you simply close a few pages here. If you simply check it out here, it's going to resize automatically. Now, if you have a background image, which we're not really going to cover now, it's a bit more advanced. Background images usually do not resize. Those are used for different reasons, but generally speaking, most regular photos will automatically. So that's pretty cool. So this is how it would look on my site. Obviously, I'm not doing a blog about weight loss, so I'm not going to be doing this. W, that's quite all right. I'm just giving you guys a hard time. By the way, guys, again, if I'm going too fast, or if you want me to go through this stuff again, I am recording this, and it should be online within the members area in a day or two. So let's see, what else? Royalty-free images, covered that. How to resize an image, both size and file size, covered that. Mobile-friendly, responsive. Yeah, I think I've covered a lot of this stuff. But there's one more thing. How many of you guys are doing local SEO? Are you going to try to market to local businesses in your area? Now, I do want to ask you guys to do yourselves a huge favor first. Don't do it for the first thing. Make sure you know how to rank a website first. Because trust me, you don't want to have someone paying you a couple $1,000 a month and you kill their site or you don't give them results you promised. So learn how to do it yourself first. What I actually did was for a friend, I actually, before I started doing local SEO, probably 5-6 years ago, I actually built a friend's website from scratch for a massage clinic he runs. And I got him ranked for keywords in Orange County related to massage therapy. And then once I did that, I was like, okay, cool, I got this. So just trust me, I promise you this, don't go in there and offer people services unless you know how to do them yourself. And local SEO is one thing you do not want to simply do as you learn. You want to make sure you've got it mastered and you can do it first. Now, there's some people that already take on clients. But, just make sure you know what you're doing, at least have I would say, an intermediate understanding of SEO. That's a good beer. Yeah, put the horse before the cart. What's the name of the plugin that shows my free report? Oh, this right here? That's actually part of the theme. That's part of the theme right there. But there's a toolbar you can download by Neil Patel, which is called Hello Bar. And you can download that for free. You can use it for free. But what a Hello Bar will do is it will add a bar like that. So let's try this. Let me go to google.com. I'm not going to sign in now, but basically what a Hello Bar will let you do is create a bar much like this at the top of the browser page. You can have that send people to an affiliate link. You can have it send them to an opt-in page, etc. The one below, do you mean on my homepage right here? That's part of the theme itself. This right here, that's part of the theme. Do I have anything on the right side? No, I don't. Oh, the one at the bottom of the post. I'm sorry. The bottom of the post. My bad. That is called opt-in skin. Let me write that down for you. I think it's like 10 or 20 bucks. But the one that does this right here, right? This bad boy here, that's called opt-in skin. And my pleasure. And you guys will see I do use my SEO combined with my list building as well. So I'm usually adding from this site alone about 25 to 50 opt-ins per day to my list. It's not costing me a dime. It's 100% free traffic. So granted, I've had the site for quite a few years. It's taken me time to get there, but I get about 25 to 50 opt-ins to my list per day. This particular theme is called Elegance Biz, but don't bother writing it down. It's no longer being sold. I have no idea why. I wish it was. I would love to promote it with my link. It's an amazing theme, one of my favorites. But it's no longer being sold, and again, I've got no idea why. And for those asking about this popular post plugin on the right side, that is called, I believe it's called Popular Post, actually. Appearances, widgets. I don't want to close that. Hold on a second. I broke the mold. Well, thank you. I do try. Let's see. Sidebar 1, recent posts. Yeah, I think this is called the most viewed bar. That was 10 bucks or so, but well worth it. And again, it simply gives my site a more professional look. The colors capture people's eyes and get them down here. And then the views as well, the views per week or per day, is also kind of social proof. Hey, people like this. Maybe I should check it out too. So again, I've been doing this for a while, but simple things that make a huge difference. But yeah, I hope that helps. All right, next up on the list, fave icons. Let me see if do I have one on here. Let me check on Firefox. Hold on a second. Give me just a moment. I'm checking my other screen real quick for something. Oh, good question, Kathy. Do I have a way to get related posts when I make a new blog post? Yes, I do. There's actually a plugin called YARPP, which stands for Yet Another Related Post Plugin. And it's a good question. Let me show you guys that right now. Hold on a second. Hey, my pleasure, Lindy. I'm happy to help out as always. Let's see, settings. I've got a bunch of plugins on here. Yeah, YARPP, Yet Another Related Post Plugin, is 100% free. And what that will do is it will let you, let me show you what it does again. It will add related posts on your site, on each post automatically, based on keywords, tags, etc. Let's see here. Oh, no related posts. I'll have to fix that one. By the way, always enable comments as well. It's using anti-spam comment. Comments are also great social proof. When people talk to you and like you and you respond back to them, etc. Makes a huge difference in your marketing. Let me show you guys real quick. Look at this, 40 comments on that one. YARRP or YARPP, a related post, it adds them automatically based on the content in the actual page itself. And also based on your tags, your keyword tags in the post itself as well. Do I have tags on this one enabled? Let me look here. So as an example, if I go to edit this particular post, let me close a few things here. If you look on the right side, these tags right here, you want to try to add maybe 3 to 5 or even 10 related maybe keywords, phrases, etc. to kind of talk about this. And so it usually finds them based on the content itself. and then based on the tags. And yeah, Joel, it's a related post on your own site, absolutely. Although there are plugins that do share other people's sites as well, and you can get paid per click by using those. I believe YARPP has that as an option as well, although I do not use that particular feature. But yeah, it's a great way to get internal linking on your site, as well as keep your bounce rate low because people find other stuff on your site as well, which is pretty cool. Hey, de nada. Happy to help out. What else? How are we doing for time? I got about 10 minutes. All right. Oh yeah, fave icons. Fave icons, I actually did not add one to my site on purpose yet. What a fave icon is, guys, if you don't know, it's going to be that small little icon that shows up, or the small little picture that shows up like right here. You actually hear like that flame right there, like the G for Google, the F for Facebook. It's a small little icon that shows up in the browser and in the tabs for your website. Those are called fave icons, fave like favorite. And so that's going to make your site stand out more, and it's simple, but it's amazing for branding. So you can do this thing, you can go to a fave icon creator. Actually, I guess it's one word, favicon. And you can generate your own. You can add your own image, but keep in mind it's going to be tiny, guys. It's going to be like, I think it's like 32 pixels or 16 pixels. So if you add a picture of yourself, for example, let's see, I'm still getting used to Windows 10. Let me add my own face here. It might not look too good because it's going to be tiny. Let's take a look here. It's going to be smaller than that. Hold on a second. This is too much work. It's giving me too much stuff to check out. Hold on a second, please. Android icon, Apple icon. I don't know what that is, but it's way too much. Download the generated favicon. To be honest, I don't use the generator that often. I just use pre-made ones. That's funny. Hey, Sean, how you doing, man? You know, Sean, you're about 48 minutes late on the beer comments, but I'll have to try that one. The West Coast IPA Challenge, Parrot Dog. I'm surprised Pliny didn't win that one. Pliny the Elder or younger. Hey, speaking of Sean, you can be jealous, man. I'm going to the Stone 19th Anniversary Festival in 2 weeks in San Diego. I've gone the past 3 years with a few of my friends, so I'll be having Pliny, a bunch of Stone beers, etc. I went once and they had a 2004 Russian Imperial Stout in probably I think in 2012, 8 years old. Holy crap, that was amazing. Sorry. So anyways, sorry, man, sorry. Anyways, that's what a favicon's for, though, usually. It's going to be for branding. You can create your own. You can use pre-existing ones. You want to find something that's kind of related to your site. So let's try and go for a generator once again here. I'm going to try to generate one real quick here. With my own picture for the fun of it. Actually, yeah, Stone Brewery in Escondido. That's not being held there. It's being held at San Marcos. I don't know if it's a Cal State or a UC or what, but the university is the college in San Marcos. So let's see. Select my favicon picture. Let's try me again in Cambodia. Let's see if I can do this. They want me to download something now. Okay. Yeah, you know, it's never been this difficult. Okay, here we are. They're giving me code. Take a look at the bottom right here. Pretty much it would probably look about that small in my browser window, which is not bad, I guess. It's obviously not going to be easy to recognize as being myself. But that's essentially how it would look. And many different themes have an option to upload a favicon. To be honest, I've either paid people to do it for me, or I've just added to the theme itself. But that's something you would probably want to do. You would probably want to Google how to add the favicon to your site. But usually most of these have directions as to how you would do it. Here we are. I would add the following code into the head section of my page. So let's try this. And it looks like what it's actually doing, guys, is actually going to be giving me a favicon for desktop. So people save it on their desktop, on Android, on Windows, etc. That's how it's going to look. So let's do this live. Hold on a second. So I'm going to copy this. It says add this to the head section of your page. So that's why I did that. Good to know. So let me go ahead and go to my site real quick here. I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to get rid of that. So I'm going to go to Appearance and Editor. And I'm going to try to go through this fairly slowly here. Clique Gold, yes, Sean. When I was in St. Martin and St. Thomas, I had Clique Gold. One of my former coworkers was from the Caribbean. And she told me, Clique. Try the Clique Gold. I had the Clique. It was fantastic. And so we're still talking beer also. But yeah, I've had Clique. It was amazing. Absolutely. And a whole bunch of rum. Actually, I'll be going back to the Caribbean again next September with my wife and her parents and our son. Well, it's an amazing beer, though, yeah. Oh, yeah, Kalik. K-A-L-I-K, for those asking, I think. I think I said it right. Ken, is that right? Or is it K-A-L-I? K-A-L-I-S, maybe? Okay, I was right. Kalik. K-A-L-I-K. And that is so funny you say that, W. Belching Beaver Chocolate Peanut Butter Stout. I've got one in my fridge right now. It's good beer. Definitely. So anyways, guys, back on topic here. What you want to do is you want to go to Appearance and Editor. You want to look for a header on the right here. You see that right there? Where it says header? And this says I want to add this in the head section of my pages. So I'm going to go click on header. And I can add it safely anywhere within here. It's probably going to be safe to do. I do want to add it within the head though, so you want to add it before the body starts. Add it before this, before the close tag for head. So I'm just going to paste that right there and click Update File. Let's see if that worked. And thank you, Ken. I'll try sounds next time, definitely. Alright, it might take time to update. Let's see if it worked or not. I'm obviously not going to troubleshoot stuff live. It looks like it's not working. Let me check on my other monitor. Hold on 1 second, please. If you're not good at coding, if you're not comfortable with doing this, I would not recommend doing it. If you're afraid you might break things. To be honest, I should have made a backup before I even did that, but I didn't. So for some reason, that's actually not working on my site right now. I'm not going to spend hours and hours troubleshooting it, but I'm just going to remove that content for now, though. And I'll try again later. But that's essentially what you would do. It is that simple, I promise. I'm just making it look not that easy. But that's essentially what you would do, though. Somebody was asking how to change the images on my homepage. Kathy, that's an amazing question, by the way. Guys, on my particular site, the images you see on the homepage, like right here, these are my featured images. Those are actually added via the post itself. I'll show you right now. I was proud of this post. This was a fun one. By the way, guys, meme right there. Meme right there. So yeah, just food for thought. So let me edit the post. So Kathy, what I did was I added that as a featured image right here. Let me get the highlighter here. Right down there. You see that? You would simply click on Add Featured Image, and you would add it there. Jim, I didn't make these. I just looked up Kanye West memes, for example. For those asking about a maze editor, I've got no idea what it is. It's part of my theme. I never use it. Maybe it's just to avoid distraction. I don't know. It's part of my theme. I've never used it once, so don't worry about the maze editor. Now it's popping up all weird now, but you can ignore that though. So anyways, that's what I would do, is I would add the image down there as my featured image. If I want, you can remove it and re-add another one. How to get the picture on the side? That is done via widgets. I added HTML for the widgets. How many images do I put in a post, Lindy? As many as it takes. Usually I'll try to do at least 2. I mean, I've got about 1,200 words here. I added 2 pictures, a video. I think I got a 3rd picture. Here's 3. Here's 4. Here's 5. So I add as many as it takes to make it complete. What you do not want to do is just add a wall of text. People are not going to read that, and they're going to bounce really, really quickly. Let me show you a quick example. I'm going to go to iWriter.com. I've got an account here. If you guys don't use iWriter, it's an amazing place to get content written for you. Oops. You guys, you can use my link. You don't have to. I get paid $1 or so if you guys do use it. No big if you don't. But let me show you guys some of the content. By the way, I want to show you guys articles completed 425. I use this site all the time for content. I'm going to download the things that matter when you're learning internet marketing. I'm going to download this content right here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to add that to a new post. Give me a second, please. I can probably remove that highlight, huh? Erase all drawings. There we are. Some people simply do something like this and think it's okay. What do you guys think? Would you read that? Does it look? What do you think of that? How's it look? Yeah, Andrew's got it right. Joyce made my brain tired. Jenny said not good. Andrew said boring. Lindy said very unsexy, would not read. Absolutely, it's just boring. So that's why I spend a lot of time making my posts look nice. I add different colored text. I do internal links. Sean said he skim it. You're lying, Sean. I appreciate that, though. No, I'm kidding. But no, guys, you don't want to. You don't want. I called him out. He laughed. I think I'm right. But it just looks boring. I would leave right away. It looks fantastically boring. So you'll see here's one of my posts I did. I spent a couple of days doing this one. Look at this. It looks phenomenal, and I'm trying to be modest as possible. I spent a lot of time to make this post look amazing. I've got different colored text, links, images, bullet points, a picture of myself, a little social proof. Here's me. Here's what I do. More images, different text, bullet points, headings. I mean, I tried to make this as unboring as possible. And people genuinely, generally love this post I did. So take the time to care about what you do. It's going to make you a lot more money in the long run. I promise that. So that is why you do not want to do this. Take the time to edit it. If this is going to take, this is 1,300 words. I would probably add between 3 and 5 images. A couple videos, maybe at least one video. I would take my time and go through and do the whole thing live, but I don't got time for that now. With my particular theme, I think it adds emoticons automatically. Does it? Yeah, I think WordPress automatically adds the emoticon icon when you do that. Let's preview and take a quick look. Yeah, it does it automatically with my theme. It might be a WordPress thing, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's automatic though. It's pretty cool. What time is it? 7 o'clock. All right. All right, guys. I've actually got to go pick up my dog from doggy daycare. Yeah, no problem at all. But do we have any other questions about what I covered tonight? I want to make sure you guys have an amazing understanding of this. And I hope you guys can tell I'm not just teaching you guys and saying, do as I say, not as I do. I'm saying do as I do because it works, and I do it myself. This is exactly what I do every day. I do it for my day job. I do it for my numerous various niche websites. I do it for personal clients' websites because it works. It really does. So guys, having said that, just seeing a bunch of praise, which is very humbling and flattering. So thank you guys so much. I genuinely appreciate your kind words. I still get blown away by that every time. Um, I don't think I'd be a good comedian. My wife certainly doesn't think so, at least. Although I do appreciate that, W. Thank you. Singha, Drew. Singha. Singha with some Thai curry, chicken. Amazing. Yeah, I fell in love with light beer when I was in Southeast Asia. I'm still more of a dark beer guy overall. Sorry, off-topic question. Anyways, folks, having said that, have an amazing evening, morning, afternoon. Oh my gosh, Drew was at Smoothie the same time I was. Wow. Small world. Anyways, guys, let me try that again. If you guys have an amazing, wonderful evening, morning, afternoon. If you guys are doing the intermediate training, I'm actually going to be on Thursdays with Ann doing that one, which should be a lot of fun. If not, don't worry about it. But I will have a replay available online in the members area within a day or so. Having said that, I'm out. Have a good one, guys. Thank you again so much, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.